This storied house has seen some of the game's greats. Boz, Bradford, Peterson, and Stoops. Welcome, everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will start this game off. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Used to play fake, now to throw. Oh, he's going to go up top. Snags it down the right side. All kinds of running room. Touchdown Sooners! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. You want to make sure this Boomer Sooner crowd gets it going early. That is one way to get it done.
Then we get to break out the Sooner Schooner. The wagon gets to come out. Everybody gets jacked up. Everybody gets excited. Oklahoma has an electric atmosphere. And when these fans get involved early like this, good luck.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Washington's offense will have its first possession of the game. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back, and this defensive end can put him there often.
Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decision, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to throw on second down. That's caught. It's Combs. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Coming after it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Zings it complete to the right. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. They keep attacking through the air. He's going for it all. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He'll pull it on the read.
You know, the problem with calling option is that you can't limit the hits on your quarterback, and he got absolutely leveled by the defender on that one. Now you got to wonder how many more times this coordinator wants to call that play.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Dialing up a second down pass play. On the move and looking deep. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Sooner. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Michigan proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Wolverines team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. On second down, looking to throw. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Washington sends out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Trying to beat the D deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Makes the grab on the left. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Makes the pass. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time.
That quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got to miss that thing low or high. He can't miss it behind me.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Sooners are on the move. They're going to throw it again. Pressure coming. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's there to make the stop.
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Escapes the sack. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Here's the return. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Lost, the defense is wide open. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And now on 2nd down for this offense.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability to stop it.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Sooner. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100 touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. they hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Back to the ground with the running back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Looking deep down the right side. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quickly to the tight end. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long, they dial up the perfect coverage, and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
It's a reverse. At the 35, he's loose. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. So the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Oklahoma! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive for him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Freeman. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Makes a grab over the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Washington wants to go quickly. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got his man. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've gotten this drive going, a couple of first downs already. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He's going to pass. The sure hands, it's Freeman. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Getting some heat. He is brought down and sacked. That is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but we'll head to the locker room. The Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come. Five-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And you've already sent your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if... And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Move the chains with that completion, now on 1st down. Looking for space, it's Brennan. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defender some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job in coverage, watching the QB, anticipating the receiver on his break. He went up and he plucked it.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make 3rd down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running back position?
And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. They'll go to the counter play.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll leave it with him. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the 1st down. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Out of the gun to give to the back. Finds a crease at the 20. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. And the Sooners are marching down the field. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown Sooners! And the punishment has been extended. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Recent years, fellas, Georgia has kind of had the upper hand in its rivalry with Georgia Tech, but this one is always spirited. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had zero problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications. On just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Takes a handoff. It's Brennan. The Huskies get enough to move the chains.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Fights off a defender. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one.
And there's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They'll run the screen. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Looking for a productive play on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Still on his feet at the 45. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to run for it. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. How good have they been on third down today? And another opportunity here on 3rd and goal. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. He got it. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them, so you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start.
He's loose. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.